and have that book at one end of your mat, please. And we're going to start rolling those shoulders, a little bit of a wider stance, maybe a little rock side to side. Use the elbows to lead the way. Make it a single arm, big stretch. Keep that going for me, please. And then add both arms, big stretch. Beautiful, little side to side swing. Put your right foot up on that book, and then we're just going to step up and down. Do maybe a little running arm if you want to, kind of warm that lower body up. Two more here. And then however you want to, you can walk around, you can go up and over, same thing, other side, left foot up, and step up and down, running arms. Last two. Last one, we go to the other side. We start with that tap up, and then we add a knee lift. And with that knee lift, we're going to do a tricep, no, we're not, sorry. We're going to do a bicep curl. So knee lift up, arms go up. Two more. And again, up and over or around, however you want to, left foot on the book, right knee up. Bicep curl. And then again, up and over, however you want to get there, right foot on, we're going to do that hamstring curl, tricep press back, hamstring curl, press. Oh, sorry, step up and back, sorry. Where am I? Told you. Two more. And then we go to the other side, left foot is up, hamstring curl with the right, arms pressing back into tricep. Last one here, up and over, right foot on. We're going to lift and extend, step up, lift and extend. Two more. Up and over or around, right foot up, left leg extends. Hopefully that heart rate's coming up a little bit. Beautiful, up and over. All right, here we go, putting some things together. Right foot on the book. Step up for 4, running arms 3, 2, and 1. Then bicep curl with the knee up for 4. Hamstring curl, tricep press for 4. And then extension for 4. We're going to cut that in half, step up for 2, running arms. Knee up for 2, bicep curls. Hamstring curl for 2, tricep press. 2 extensions. And then one of each thing. So tap up and run. Knee up and bicep. Hamstring curl, tricep. Big extension. Woo! Other side. Here we go. Tap up for 4. Bicep with knee for 4. Hamstring curl with tricep for 4. Extend for 4. Cut that in half, 2 taps, knee and run. Knees up bicep for 2. Hamstring and tricep for 2. Extend for 2. And then one of each, tap up and run, knee up and bicep, tricep press back, and extend. Ah, very nice. Woo. Take a little easy step side to side. Keep that stance kind of wide. And then we're going to come down, long spine, roll it under cat, inhale, open cow, exhale cat, inhale, open cow, big deep breath in, stretch it up and over to the left, up and over to the right. One more time, back into that cow and cat. Keep that going for me with your own breath. Exhaling cat, inhaling cow. And then end up in that cow position. Drop your right shoulder in, look over your left. Other way. And back to center, you okay? All right. So that heart rate should still be up a little bit. We're going to put that right foot back up on the book. We're going to come up and we're going to do that hip lift. So it looks really subtle. My left leg is hanging in space. I'm going to let my right hip kind of jut out to the right, and then I'm going to tuck it under. So it looks like I'm doing something with my left hip. I'm not. It's the right hip that's just tucking under, right? So see if you can find that. My left leg moves, but not because I moved that leg or that hip. You should start feeling it pretty quickly in the outside of that right hip. I do. And I'm not pushing off. It might look like it. I'm not pushing off with my left foot. 2 more like that. Good. Now my left foot flexes back. I'm going to bend that right knee, tap the left heel, and stand up. So it's a little tap. And try not to put any weight on that foot. I did on that one, but otherwise it's just a bend and straighten. Few more. We should be feeling that booty by now. Good. Now that right leg stays up on the book. That left leg is going to reach to the side and squeeze in. Reach to the side and squeeze in. If you want, you can add some arms here. Few more here. Beautiful. On this last one, depending on how much space you have behind you, you may have to scoot your book. We're going to straighten that left leg as much as possible. So use your quad to tighten that leg. Bend the knee of the right leg. Reach back with those left toes and then come forward. So again, you're reaching back. Keep going, guys. Stretching it back. More effort is arm extends, either arm, or big effort, both arms reach. And you're going to feel that in that right glute as you stretch those arms up and reach back with that left leg that is as straight as you can get it and no weight on it. 2 more. Beautiful. Let's step that right leg up and over. Spin those arms up and over to the left, hip to the right. Get that nice stretch. Bend those knees, stretch it forward a little bit. Over to one side, back to forward. See if you can straighten your legs, extend your spine, then bring that right arm way up to lift yourself up and over. All right, left leg on the book. Remember, this is about that left hip, so I'm going to let it drop off to the side, then I'm going to tuck it under. Tuck it under. So there's movement in my left or right leg only because my left leg is squeezing under. It's that hip tuck that we're going to feel in the outside of that hip, but also in that VMO of that left leg. Looks like you're doing nothing and feeling a lot. is how this one is for me. Couple more here. Beautiful. Now, we let that right foot hover in space. We bend the left knee, tap the heel, and straighten the left leg. Bend and straighten. So all the weight's on that left leg, right heel just taps and comes up. Again, might look like I'm pushing off, but not really. It's just a tap. Woo, feel this here. Oh, last two. And last one. Now we bend that right knee, stretch to the left. Again, if you want to add some arm movement here, that's fine. Two more here. Beautiful. And then that last one, we're going to step back with the right leg, but we want it to be really straight as we reach back by bending that left knee. Stretch it back. And again, more effort, arm goes up, other arm up, both arms up. Almost there. Woo. All right, left leg up and over. Ooh, hips go left, arms go right. Stretch, reach. Bend those knees a little bit, stretch it, roll it one way and then the other. Straighten those legs, see if you can extend that left arm to bring yourself up. All right, hopefully those hips have felt some love. Let's get some hamstring and booty work. More booty work. What? All right, as always, the book sometimes doesn't happen, right? So if your book falls, use light weights or no weights, whatever. Let's bend both knees. You're gonna end up putting your forearms in your chair, so you're gonna have a nice long flat back, but let's just start like this. Take that book behind your right leg. And then again, I'm gonna come down onto my elbow, so I'm not grounded. I'm as extended as possible. Flex that right heel towards the sky and press up. So holding the book engages those hamstrings. Pressing to the sky should be engaging that booty. Left knee is bent, spine is long. Good. Hold that at the top and give me a little quick pulse. Pulse. And gently bring that down. We're going to bring that right leg in front and off to the side. We're going to bend that left knee, press that right hip back. Woo! Lengthen that back, roll those toes up, roll them back down, roll them up, roll them back down. I don't think I need to move the chair for this one. Same thing, we're going to bend those knees. I'm going to put that book behind the left leg this time. Secure it. Down on your elbows, flex through the heel and push to the sky. Keep that right knee bent for me, please. And leave it up there and pulse. And bring that down. Woo. Left leg steps forward and off to the left. Bend that knee, right knee, send that tailbone back. You gonna go on your mat? Nutmeg's gonna take over now. I've had enough. All right. And then toes down, toes up, and then bring that up. All right. I think we'll do this without the chair. Let's just go into a wide plie, toes out, abs in, Sit down until you feel your quads start to work. And then for all of us, I want you to open the knees a quarter of an inch more. So don't let them cave in. Think about opening them. And then I want you, we're not going to go in, out. We're going to go out, out, right? So a little reminder to keep pushing out, not dropping the knees in. Good. And then that book, I'm going to move just a little bit, just be extra safe. That book is in your left hand, palm up. So you're pressing the knees open. At the same time, we're going to sit down a little bit, press the knees open, and serve a platter left hand only. So lots going on. Sit down, press out. Serve your platter, straighten your arm. Almost there. Good. Come down. Woo, take a break, or come up, take a break. Book is in the opposite hand. Get used to the sit down, press out. And once you have that, go to that. Serve your platter. And again, try and get that arm stick straight at the very end. Pressing those knees open. And relax. All right. Should have given you some booty work, a little bit of shoulder, a little bit of bicep. So we're going to use the chair again. Left leg forward, right leg back. Book is in your right hand. We may have to play with how we do this. I'm going to try actually putting my palm facing the ceiling, but be careful of this shoulder rolling, right? And then just extend that arm straight for now. Bend that left knee, and we're going into the dunking bird to start with, right? Just that dunking bird motion. That right knee, or excuse me, that left knee is just barely bent, so you feel it in that left hamstring. When you are ready to add on, press that arm to the sky. I'm going to bend it, and I'm going to press it. So I'm getting some tricep work. Again, my shoulder is going to have a tendency to roll in, so I'm going to try and be really aware of that. Four more. Last few. And then we're going to stay over. We're going to bend that left knee and that right arm, and we'll straighten both. Tiny little pulse. And relax. Woo! Gosh, I hope y'all felt those, because I sure did. All right. You may want to spin your chair. May not. So book is now in your left hand, palm facing the sky as much as possible. Right leg forward. Just get used to that dunking bird first, right? That dunking bird motion. And then when you're ready, add that tricep. Make sure that shoulder stays open. Try not to push off too much with that right hand. Maybe you just need a finger there for balance. Beautiful. Now we're going to stay forward. We're going to bend the knee and the arm and straighten both. And relax. Ooh, all righty. Come on back. So we're going to use the book in our right hand. Our lower body is not going to have the book. Bend your left knee. Let's just start with that right knee bent and flaring to the side, right? And then as you're ready, you're going to hinge forward just a little bit so you can get some rear deltoid work here. You use that book however you need to secure it. Do more like this. All right, now leg and arm are going to do kind of the same thing. I'm going to turn my knee out. I'm going to use that leg, same motion, but on an angle. And then the arm, therefore, is going to go on a similar angle. So I'm getting a little bit of a different angle on that rear deltoid. Just two more. And bring it up. Let's cross that right ankle over the left leg. Send that tailbone out. Ooh. Extend that spine. Round it under the delicious low back stretch. And then stick it out again. Round it under. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. I think you guys can see okay if I just do this. So bend the right knee. Left knee bends, that's going to flare to the side, remember. Arm is going to do the same, and I'm going to tip forward so I can work that rear deltoid, that muscle on the back of the shoulder. Then I'm going to angle that leg so it's back on that funky angle, and the arm is also going to be on a little bit of an angle. So again, steer, still rear deltoid, just different angle. And bring that up. Ooh, cross that left ankle over the right thigh. Tailbone long. Roll it under. Extend it out again. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, bring that up. We're going to head to the ground. Bring your book with you, please. You won't need your chair. Come on down with that book on your mat, please. Let's get a little bit more booty work. All right, so I'm going to scoot that book a little bit ahead so that my heels, and if this is uncomfortable, depending on the edge of your book, I'll give you this option, heels on the book, toes up. So you can decide if you want to start with the heels dropped off the book, you can try that. If that's uncomfortable, or if the book slides, or switch it up. The knees stay together, find your neutral spine, lift those legs up, or excuse me, those hips up, so you're in that bridge. Then see if you can hover your hands, and then we'll just lift up and down. And again, if that book is cutting into your heels, same thing right here, right? Keep those knees together. Two more. And relax. Straighten out that right leg. It's just going to be resting on the book, the calf will. Hug that left knee in. Give it a nice tug. Feel a beautiful stretch on the back of that left low back. Move that left knee a little bit to your right shoulder for an extra stretch. And then put the left calf across the book. Right knee in. And again, bring it up and over. Good, and now slide the book a little bit ahead so it ends up underneath your calves down towards your ankles. And you're in a straight line here. Let's place our hands on the mat to start with. Deep breath in. On the exhale, this is a little obscure. Press into the book to lift your hips. You should feel that in your low back. Down, up, down. Now, depending on the size of your glutes in your book, your booty might not come off the ground all the way. When you're ready, lift your hands up. And again, this is just spinal extension, right? You should feel it in your low back. You may feel it more on one side. If that's the case, I want you to make sure that you're pressing equally on both sides. Most of us are asymmetrical, so we can feel it here. Maybe try and fix it here. Two more. And relax. And then we'll squeeze both knees in, low back stretch. Aye. So we curl it now, we extended it, let it roll back out for a second, and then curl it in again. Then you're going to go ahead and roll toward me. We'll do one more outer hip exercise with the book. So our favorite clam, we're going to stack those knees up. We're going to bring those hips in line with the knees. We're gonna put that book on the top of the top leg, and we're just gonna use our hand to hold it there. Arm is underneath the ear, so we have a little mouse house. Drop the ribs, lift the ribs, drop them, lift them, drop them, lift them, keep them lifted. Leg comes up as a unit, so knee and ankle at the same time. You want that book far down your thigh, but not right at your knee. Two more. Good, then we'll pivot, so heels go together, toes go apart, lift your leg, and then see if you can pivot open further. Now you can have two options, you can do full range of motion, right? Or you could go halfway up and then press more. Actually, you know what, let's do full range, all of us. We'll do both. You're welcome. Good, now press open and pulse from there. Beautiful. Ooh, bring that down. Lift your heels in the air. Full range, open and close. Knees are down, heels are up. And then leave it open and pulse. And relax. Wow. I certainly felt those. So all you're going to do is roll over onto your back, take that leg that you just worked, and give it a nice pre-thread the needle stretch, right? Just right here. And go ahead, reach around, hamstring of the leg that was at rest. Pull that leg a little closer for a deeper stretch, a little over to the opposite side for even deeper. So you pull it up and over. Oh, and then we get to do the other side. So roll yourself over onto your opposite side, still facing your camera. Bring your book with you. Stack up, knees, ankles, hips. Book on that top leg. Arm underneath your ear, lift that waist, drop it down, lift it up, drop it down, lift it up. And then that leg lifts up and down as a unit. Good, heels together, knees open, full range. Leave that leg open and give me a pulse. Beautiful. Heels up in the air, full range. And then pulse. And relax. That leg that you just worked crosses over the opposite thigh. Roll over onto your spine. Press that leg open for a moment. Feel free when you're ready, thread that needle, hug in, outer hip stretch. If you want more, you bring it closer and toward the opposite shoulder, closer and opposite shoulder. And relax. All right, let's get a little bit of ab work now. So you're going to grab your book. You're going to bend your knees. We're going to be lying flat to start with. Book is right above you. As a matter of fact, you can probably just press your hands underneath so you don't have to do that squeezing. Deep breath in. Exhale, press the book to the sky. Try and get both shoulder blades off the ground. Pull your belly button in, lift your collarbone, and stretch your arms up over your head without falling down. Come back to center and exhale down. Deep breath in. We exhale to lift. We're going to inhale, stretch, and reach. And back to center. Exhale down. Again, exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Abs in. Back to center. And down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale. and down. Reach, stretch, back, and down. One more. Reach, stretch, back, and down, and then reach, stretch, stay lifted. If your neck is bothering you, feel free to put your book behind your head. It still gives you that extra weight, but not on that long lever. And then stack those knees tabletop, add that leg extension for double leg stretch. You can reach the arms and then support your head, or you can reach the arms and then tap your knees. You can leave your head down if it's bugging you, right? And then just extending that book. But be careful what's going on here. Ribs stay flat, abs stay in. And relax, feet come down. Book is going to go across our rib cage or across our abs, but if you have a long enough book, you can do both, right? So if I put it portrait style, sink the ribs down, create a hollow, little valley at your abs, stack your legs tabletop for toe touches. As always, single leg, thigh moves away from your body, single leg heel tap if you like, squeeze both knees together, lower those legs away and come up, or squeeze both legs together, flex through the heels and come up. And biggest option right now, go ahead and pivot those knees open and toes apart, just like we did a moment ago for clam. And then if you want the most, you get a long lever with straight legs. So again, it can be single leg. I like to point on the way down, flex on the way up. Or pivot those knees open, reach through those toes, flex through the heels. And then we'll hug those knees in, curl that spine, feel that tailbone roll up for a second. And then as you're ready, roll up over onto one side. Go ahead and put your book down where your feet would be, or will be, unless you do planks on your thighs, in which case put the book up here. Otherwise, put your bottom foot on the book. Option to take your top leg in front or stack it up. Before you go, push the shoulder back, lift up out of it, tuck your hips under so they're not scooted back, and then come on up into your side plank. And we're going to hold here for about 30 seconds. Five more seconds. Keep that bottom hip lifted. And come down. All you're going to do is pivot over. So now that both feet are on that book, come onto your forearms, roll your shoulders out of your ears. Deep breath in, pull your collarbone back, then your chest. And then as you're ready, you're going to come up in your forward plank for 45 seconds. You're still holding. Sorry. Almost there. Eight seconds. And then come on down. Now, we're just going to do a side plank on the other side. So if you want to rotate away from me, that's absolutely fine. If you want to move your book so you can still face the camera, that's fine too. Whatever you choose to do, remember shoulder back, lift up out of it, bring those hips a little bit forward, and then as you're ready, come up in your side plank for, what do we do? 30 seconds. Here we go. Few more seconds. And down. All right, go ahead. We're gonna spin back over onto our spine. I'm sorry, I'm on your way. Bring that book with you. All right. Last thing we're gonna do is that little tricep work with the book. So book on your left hand, right hand is across your ribs. Go ahead and close those ribs down and be conscious of keeping them closed, even as you reach that left arm, as if you're gonna touch the knuckles to the ground, but don't let those ribs pop up, and then come straight up again. Inhale up and over, exhale, bring it up. Keep those ribs flat. Good, last one like this. This time arms come up and over, bend them, straighten them, and come up and over, bend, straighten, and up and over, bend, straighten, up and over, bend, straighten. And then up and over, leave it there, just straight arm, hold, ribs in, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Give that tricep a little love, stretch it out however you like. Sometimes you can place that hand on the ground over your head to get a little stretch and play with the positioning of the hand. And then we'll do the same thing on the right side. Right arm right above you. All right, hand on your rib cage, deep breath in, arm up and over. Someone's trying to be super adorable and distract me. Oh my God, you're so cute. Keep the ribs down. Almost there, and we'll add that tricep. Good, here we go. Arm up and over, bend, straighten, come up. Keep that rib flat, those ribs flat. And 2 more. Then your arm goes by your head, ear, hold it, straight arm, ribs down, and relax. And again, give your triceps a nice stretch. Whatever you feel like would work for you. Play with that hand positioning on the ground if you want. And it's time for us to stretch. I wish you guys could see this face. She's covering her eyes. We're so embarrassing, aren't we? She's a teenager. All right. So right knee comes into your chest with that book behind it. We're going to give it a good squeeze, pull it in, try and get the right rib cage and that right thigh to connect, and then move that leg a little over to the right. And let's flex and point with that book there, please. Maybe do a few rotations. And then we're going to flip the book so it's still pushing my thigh down, but now it's also going to press up against the shin. And again, get some mobility through that right foot. And then you're going to slide the book up the leg, bring it back to center, lift yourself up, slide the left leg out, flex through that left heel, point the right toes, lift yourself even higher, bring your knee and nose together, flex through your right heel, turn it in a little bit and come down. And then from there, bend that right knee, put the book on the outside of the right knee, and bring it over, up and over towards your left shoulder. Over and up, over and up. That should be a really deep stretch, especially with that book there. Good. You're going to place the book over to the right for a moment. Being careful of any cats. Take that right ankle across your left thigh like we did earlier. We're going to go ahead and thread that needle. Left leg up, point and flex, give me some rotations. Close that gap completely. Slide that right hand under your right book, and then knees go over to the left. Nice big twist here. And then back through center, uncross. Let's hug that left knee in with the book. And bring it over to the left side. Pull it over and down, get some mobility through that ankle, please. Good, then we're gonna flip that book. Pressing the thigh down, again, mobility through that left leg. Slide back through center, right leg comes out, flex through that heel, left leg up. Point that toe, bring yourself as close to your knee as possible. And then bring it down, flex through that heel, bring the book on the outside, and then bring the knee up and over towards your right shoulder. You're shameless. Good. And then we're going to bring that book over to the left. We're going to cross that right ankle over that left thigh for a moment. And then we'll thread that needle, right leg, get some mobility through that ankle again. Crisscross, no gap. Left hand slides under that book and knees drop over to the right. And then back up through center. Let's hug both knees in. Take a little rock side to side. Let's roll up on all fours, please. Flip over onto all fours, sorry. Guess that's what that means, huh? All right, let's do a little stagger. So left hand forward and right knee forward. We're just gonna start with just forward back motion. And we're gonna turn that into a cow forward and a cat back. And then we'll square everything up. We're gonna bring our right hand forward and our left knee. We'll start with just that glide. And then we'll cow and cat. And we'll even up. Shoulders out of your ears, tuck your toes, lift your heels. Feel free to pedal those heels out. Wide stance, nod your head yes and shake it no, bend your knees a whole bunch. Give me another cat, not another cat. Inhale, cow, and then bring it on up. We have our curtsies. Thank y'all.